In today's world, there are many uses for the microphone. Podcasting, music recording, live performances, interviews, recording instrumentals, and the list goes on. There are many brands of microphones in the market. Over time, microphones have evolved in their designs and functions. Therefore, the type of mic you buy will depend on the use you have for it. For a person who wants to record a one-man podcast, you'll need a mic that picks sounds from your direction while ignoring every other sound source. And one who wants to record sounds from a group of instruments set round a room will need a microphone that picks sounds from every side. What are these microphones called? Microphones are named according to the work they do. There are 4 major microphones. They include omnidirectional microphones, bidirectional, figure 8 microphones, cardioid microphones, and super-cardioid microphones. How do all these mics function and what separates them from the cardioid microphone? Omnidirectional microphones. Just like its name, omnidirectional mics pick sounds from every direction. This mic is useful in a place where you have to record multiple sound sources at once. An example of such a place is a studio with many instruments playing all at once. These mics are used in rooms with regulated sounds because they reflect loud sounds poorly. Omnidirectional mics were the first to get into circulation. However, their inability to filter noise or ignore unwanted feedback made them unfit for use on many occasions. So, other designs of microphones were produced to tackle the problems associated with this one. Bidirectional, figure 8 microphones. Instead of a mic that picks sounds on every side, you have a mic that picks sounds from 2 angles only, the front and the back. The sides stay unreactive to sounds that come towards them. They are used to record sounds coming from 2 instruments facing themselves, or 2 persons talking from the front and the back of the mic. Figure 8 microphones are not very popular. This mechanism is used in ribbon microphones and certain diaphragm condenser microphones. Some other mics like the Blue Yeti microphone integrate the bidirectional and other functions into the design of their mics. This is useful in a 2-man conversational interview like a podcast or dual singers. Cardioid microphone. Combining the mechanism of omnidirectional mics and figure 8 mics, sound engineers came up with cardioid mics. The front pickup area is designed to give back twice the amount of sound that is sent to it, while the back side cancels out sound completely. The sides are still active but are a lot less sensitive than the front area. Cardioid microphones are designed for one-man use. It's useful for individual live performance, for single podcast recording, and for speakers at a seminar, amongst other uses. The problem with this type of mic is that you need to speak into the right note for it to pick your voice. This will take some practice and consciousness to achieve. Super-cardioid microphone. This type of mic has a smaller sensitive area than cardioid mics. The resultant effect of this design is that the sound coming into the mic must be properly focused on the pickup area. Any sound that is not well directed cannot be detected or transmitted. These mics are perfect for picking loud sounds because of their ability to focus, albeit their backside is slightly sensitive. Therefore, using this mic, one will have to rid the back of any interfering sounds and take them to the sides instead. Let's give closer attention to the cardioid mic. What is the mechanism that allows this mic to reject sounds coming from the rear while reinforcing sound from the front? Sensitivity area. The cardioid diagram shows the spherical area of exposure to the microphone. We notice the heart-shaped area of sensitivity of the cardioid mic. At the tip, an angle of 0 degrees, the angle of sensitivity is fully resting on the line of exposure. This explains that the mic accepts and reflects sounds fully at this angle. As the angle of exposure begins to draw away from the angle of sensitivity, it drops its ability to pick up sound from the surrounding. At angles 270 and 90 degrees, the sensitivity of the exposed area has dropped as far as below -5 decibels. Notice that exposed area drops away almost totally from sensitivity as it inclines towards 180 degrees, until it drops off completely. This is the design that earns this microphone its ability to ward off undirected sounds and focus on major input. Other names to identify this mic by are unidirectional mics, heart, or kidney mics. Working with the cardioid microphone. We already established that cardioid microphones are the best types for one-man performances like stage singing mics, live instruments mics, or podcasting mics. Placing it at a vantage position is quite easy. Identify the source of your sound and mount the mic to face it. This way, the gain from the mic is higher than the feedback coming from other sources. Even though sensitivity is highest at the 0 degrees, it doesn't completely fade off as we go towards 90 degrees. At the back side angle of 180 degrees, we know the mic is totally deaf. Any sound place at that end will be cancelled out. However, on the sides 90 and 270 degrees, there's a -6 decibels gain. This is lower than that of the tip. But it means that a sound source placed at the sides will experience some amount of gain that is equal but less than the gain at the tip. Supposing we set the polar pattern acceptable sensitivity to be -6 decibels. This will coincide with the angles of 270 degrees and 90 degrees. i.e. 90 degrees to each side from the tip. This gives a total sensitivity angle of 180 degrees for a cardioid mic. The main idea is that this sensitivity moves in a particular direction. Other characteristics of the cardioid microphone. Proximity effect. Every part of a cardioid microphone is exposed to sound pressure from the environment. The back side, though, is covered by an acoustic labyrinth that distorts the movement and size of the waves. By this, as sound approaches the mic, the protective cover treats it as not being close enough. This cancels the effect of that sound. Vocal plosives. Sometimes, the wind from a certain sound can move faster than normal, therefore causing a pop in the signal from mic. Plosives usually last a very short time but are significantly noticeable. It can be caused by wind movement or when producing sound from a hard consonant. Whatever the case, they are not very pleasant. Sound isolation. This is a very useful feature in places where there are many sound sources and the focus is on one particular source. By placing the unwanted sounds behind the mic, at the 180 degrees node where sensitivity is 0, you can effectively isolate relevant sound from the irrelevant sound. With this isolation feature, you can use this mic to project sources like lone instruments, e.g. a guitar or single drum, among a group of other instruments. It also allows you to mute the crowd in a concert while focusing on the performance artist. Gain against feedback. Usually, placing the sensitive area of a microphone away from reflecting sounds like the subwoofers and loudspeakers will reduce the tendency of a feedback loop. For cardioid mics, this is easy since the back side is totally mute to sound. Direct the back end to other sound sources like the loudspeakers or any source that reflects the output of the mic. This cancels out feedback and increases the gain. Frequency direction. With an increase in frequency, the microphone becomes more directional. When the frequency reduces, the directionality reduces as well. The effect varies. With higher frequency, the microphone focuses on the loud sound coming towards it and amplifies it. This is good for its unidirectionality feature. Alternatively, if the frequency is lower, the mic picks more random sounds. At this point, even rear sounds can filter into the node of the cardioid mic. This shows that the unique cardioid feature of the mic performs at its best in areas of high frequency. Otherwise, it exhibits a wide cardioid feature. In general, as a podcaster, a USB cardioid microphone will pair perfectly with your phone, camera, or laptop. Some, like Blue Yeti microphone, offer more than one feature so you can use them for various activities. The acoustic labyrinth which is used in designing a cardioid microphone is what guides the movement of sound around the mic. It works with pressure sent towards the mic to determine which should be filtered in and which should be cancelled out. This is why sound made in the mid-section of the sensitivity area produces the highest pressure and is filtered faster than any other sound. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details. Visit our site zimix.com for more microphone tips like this.